how was your experience at the major? Because I guess we haven't talked since then properly.
It was different. I haven't been on a plane ride that long. So
Yeah.
the lead up to it was something else.
You were super nervous. Well, not like nervous, but like you were over preparing for it, right?
Yeah, we packed a lot of shit for it.
What was something that you never used despite packing?
Where to start, really? I guess you could say my Nintendo Switch. I didn't really use it too much.
Oh, yeah. Wait, didn't you buy it just for the plane?
I may have bought it just for the plane, yes.
That's
But other than that, like, the experience was so sick. Like, being overseas and meeting everyone, meeting teammates, like CJ and Kami and Lockie. Oh, I wasn't excited to meet Lockie, but CJ and Kami were cool.
Hey, rank your teammates on LAN. Who is best or worst in Sweden?
Honestly, like, you could say I was the worst on LAN, I guess you could say. I felt like I was the worst on LAN anyways. Because I feel like CJ really stepped up and Kami was really solid. And I felt like I had my moments, but oh my! Drip just scored a really good goal. I feel like I had my moments, but I feel like if I know it's first LAN jitters, right? But it's just like, I know it's what to expect next time if I ever go back, so I think I will be better, but...
Yeah.
I did okay. I could have done better, but I did okay.
Wait, do you think you will ever go back?
I'm confident in ourselves, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about this third place? Was that a bad weekend or a good weekend for your opponent?
I have a story to tell.
Okay.
It's not a long story, but
oh, we got time.
Yeah, we got time. Oh, we do actually have time. Well, okay. My sleep that night leading up to it wasn't really the best. I don't know. Some reason I just couldn't sleep. I don't know if it was just excitement or whatever, but I didn't get the best sleep. But I still got decent hours. Just the wake up time was a bit poo. I guess you could say that's why I played poo. And I think us getting third place was all on me. So yeah.
So did you see like a sleep psych during the last 2 weeks?
Well, it was just bad for one night. That's the thing. It wasn't the lead up like consecutive nights. This was one night. I don't know.
If it happens again, yeah.
Which it hasn't. So.
Well, I mean, obviously it hasn't happened again because it's not Sunday yet, right?
True.
But I guess, okay. Well, in terms of your opponents, like both Direwolves, who was harder to play, Direwolves or Fakidden?
Probably just probably Fakidden, because Direwolves we did not play how we wanted to play. But Fakidden we did play, obviously not to our full extent, but still a little bit better. But Fakidden was just on something else that day, so we did play them like after the event. We started playing them with their new playstyle that they've invented, and well, we figured them out, I think.
Well, last time when I interviewed Super Lucky, he was saying that you coached them into that. Essentially.
Well, I gave him a few pointers, right? Because it was like 5 AM one night. And then come game day, they don't even do what I actually told them, so it doesn't even really matter, does it?
Wait, why are you up at 5 AM?
That's a good question. Oh no, we're playing a horror game. That's right.
I have a feeling I understand why your sleep may have not been as consistent that one night. Or was this soon after Sweden, so you're
it was soon after Sweden. Okay. It was like a week after coming back.
Yeah. Man. Oh man, I need to sneeze. You know how you have that like nose feel? Oh, it's the worst. I can't sneeze either. Oh, this is the worst. So it's not your fault that you got beaten by them by coaching them.
No.
Or maybe they took a different message, because the thing that they basically said is that you told them that they're way better when they're faster, and Banana Head disagreed, and then once you said it, they all like coalesced into one play style. So you did bring them together.
I just told him a few pointers, and apparently one of the pointers was fucking something else.
Why are you giving them any pointers? They're your like direct competition, right?
I was not thinking at 5 a.m. So. Either way, they've got this new playstyle. They've got their egos back. So now we just got to play better.
So do they get ego power? The more ego they have, the stronger they are, or?
I think it's as soon as they get one bad result, their ego goes downhill.
Yeah.
Gotta wait for it, I guess.
Well, I mean, that's interesting because that weekend that could have been a 7th, 8th place for them, and nobody would be talking about them at all, right? Well, I guess it'd be like excuses because losing to Ground Zero is fine. You didn't verse Ground Zero on the weekend, but did you have any thoughts on
them? They looked okay, but there were a few apparent issues, and like we've scrimmed them after the event, and there have been a few apparent issues that we've seen. Obviously, I'm not telling.
Why not? Why not? Jimmah's coming in here afterwards.
In the past. Hey, well, I've made a mistake in the past. I don't want to repeat history.
Yeah, fair enough.
Either way, there's a few apparent issues that we've seen scrimming and even just on the day.
Yeah.
I think if they fix that, might start seeing decent results again. But I honestly don't know how they will do next event.
What have you guys been working on?
I think it's just cleaning up. I think our playstyle is still really good and like top 2, top 1 potential, right? But I think it's the fact that like our comms, for example, haven't been the best. They're still like there, but it needs to be like smarter and more consistent. And then I guess with our playstyle just being more solid and smarter whenever we play. Because I think that was the thing I was lacking last event, was not being able to be smart on the ball, which I'm always usually doing.
Yeah. Wait, what's the difference between comms for you on the day and in scrims?
Well, in scrims we don't put in 100%. We put in like 80%. But 100% whatever we com, we're thinking, and we're listening. So yeah, I guess it's just not as taking it as serious in scrims in terms of the communication side of things. Also, yes, I'm playing ranked with Drip A. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do?
He asked if it was fine, and of course it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it. And then if Drip A sees him losing, he can earnings check him because you still only have $32,254. Like, come on, man. You need more money than that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to retire at the age of 25, then wait, are you going? Do you think? How long do you think your Rocket League career could be?
I think it still could be pretty long. I think definitely 24 is the aim. Because there's never been really a one point where I haven't had fun with the game, and I'm always having fun with the game. So I think if that continues to happen, I'll go for a bit. And I trust myself to keep up with, I guess, improving, even as age goes on. So I think that's the aim.
Yeah, CJ's at about -3 years to go before he should retire. So, wait, so you're really strong at keeping up the mechanics, right?
I feel like I'm able to keep up. Yeah.
What do you do? Do you do anything for like CJ or Kami to try and up their mechanics?
Not really. I think it's just more, if I do it on the pitch, they might try and do it on the pitch as well. That's the only thing I could think of.
Through inspiration, huh?
I guess so.
I feel like CJ does try to practice your mech. Like, he gets inspired for you for like 2 days, right? And then after 2 days, he's done trying to do a Cuxia pinch and forgets about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You do the fever corner hit. Kami goes. So you just have 2 fast teammates.
Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be a time where it's just going to be all just young people, all super mechy people on every team? Like every team will be like 3 fevers or whatever?
Probably in NA and EU. I don't really see it in OCE really. Unless we do see like influx of talent. Like we had 2020, which was like, we had quite a few known youngins, including myself, come up.
Yeah.
But I do not know if that's ever going to happen again. Not for a long time, at least. I think I don't know. it's tough to say really for our region.
Yeah, is that just because like you don't think there's going to be as many mechanical players overall?
Not really mechanical, it's just more numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, one last thing before we have to go. Who are the top 3 this weekend in order?
Teams or players?
Top four. Teams.
Well, of course I have to rate ourselves.
Number 1 for Renegades, okay.
I think we want some revenge. So I think that's definitely the thing. Number 2. Oh, that's tough, actually. You know, I'll give it to Fakidden. Why not?
Okay.
I'll give it to Fakidden. Number 3. Oh, because, yeah, that's right. It's different format and everything. I'll put my belief in Direwolves.
Okay.
And then I think number 4 will be Ground Zero.
Hey, that's what I predicted. You just stole it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's what I predicted.
Oh.
That's funny. But I think it's going to be cool because the top 4 looks. I feel like there's going to be a lot of chop up there,
And I feel like, yeah, like I think we've already said this, and like multiple people have said this, but our top 8 is so solidified right now. It's actually mental.
Yeah, top 8 so solidified. I think there's obviously like a few steps behind in the bottom of it. Well, not a few steps behind, but I think that you'll find like there's some teams where 4th is kind of the best we're looking at. Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting to watch who gets the good results.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Fever. I know you've got stuff to do, or you originally had stuff to do, so it's awesome that you came on. Thank you for
Thanks, man.
your time. I'll see you tomorrow.
I do have one thing. You might have to drag me out because I'm still in ranked game.
Okay, bye.
Sorry, man. See ya.
Okay, awesome. Now let's bring in big boy Jimmah. Look at those forearms. Jimmah, you been working out?
Oh, I wish. I've been in the good paddock since since lockdown. So yeah.
Yo, how was COVID?
Yeah. Look, it's not good. Yeah, it sets you behind a little bit. But yeah, look, you get through it. So you know, there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Hey, so
Yeah.
okay, we brought on you to talk about Ground Zero. What they're currently scrimming, right? The
Yep.
boys, yeah. Okay, so what happened? What happened last event?
Yeah. So I've been a bit out of the loop, and I think the whole team really has been, right. I mean, I think it's a combination of, you know, we really threw everything at the major. We sort of kind of maybe exhaust ourselves a little bit, so we all had sort of maybe different expectations about how long we need to take off. So for example, like Amphis is still in that he's just finished year 12 kind of mindset, but he went out and did Sweden. I was, you know, quarantining for a fair bit, and I had uni really breathe down my neck. So we're all sort of at different stages, right? And then it really shows in your gameplay, right, when you know you have different levels of readiness. So we had probably the slower start than what we wanted to. Start it all off, and look, you know, it's kind of like when you see those athletes who haven't had the best preseason, right, and it takes them a few games to you know, to really warm up. But I mean, look, we don't have that luxury anymore. You know, we had a terrible place, and you know, even if we come first back to back, we're still not guaranteed Sweden. So I mean, we've really put ourselves you know, backs against the wall, and that sort of, you know, gave us, you know, the kick up the bottom that we needed. But yeah, no, it's just generally one of those things, like, you know, OCE is getting that dangerous now, that if you have that slow start, you will have a team like, you know, Direwolves and Fakidden who, you know, and I had to look at some of their hours, and, you know, they're putting in the work straight early in the year. So, you know, good on them. They've really deserved it, and they looked, you know, like a real good team out there. So, you know, that just goes to show you can be caught off.
Yeah, I mean, at least you guys have a bit of hope in that first place. First place is that Renegades are likely the ones that would help you get through the line if you did get first place both times. Just because they would take placements away from Direwolves or Fakidden if they came second or third.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, and Renegades, just from the few times I've been watching them, like, they're pretty, you know, they look like how they normally play. So you can kind of expect them that if they actually, you know, really play their game, they can go out there and take down some teams. So we're kind of relying on Renegades also to play really well. You know, who knows? I mean, it'd be very interesting if a Direwolves did get it back-to-back. Like, that would be incredible for them. But I would like to imagine that they haven't figured everything out just yet. I mean, but, you know, if they're a top 2 team, then, you know, good on them. But yeah, he's hoping for Renegades to pop off as well.
Is this a problem, right? That you guys had a slow start after a long off season. You've had another slow start. Is this just what the Ground Zero expect? That every single time there's a little bit of a break, that you guys fall behind?
Yeah, so I guess it's certainly a big weakness, right? And I think it's got to do, and I'm trying to figure it out too, right? And I generally think we have such a wide demographic of people in the team, right? So obviously I'm ancient compared to the players. I'm really focusing on my university first and foremost. I have to work in other areas, so I have to manage my time. You got Amphis, who's just a kid loving, you know, school and getting through that, and you know, he's got himself a kitten and a girlfriend, so that, you know, and how can you compete against that, right? It's like, you know, you can't win. And then obviously you got someone like Torse, who, you know, he's just a workaholic when it comes to free play. So you're juggling these different levels, and it's quite hard because, you know, it's still OCE, right? You know, we're not on full-time salaries at the moment, so you really have to love the game in order to, you know, do really well. You have to have more, you know, because the monetary incentive isn't quite there like it is in EU and NA. So you have to have passion elsewhere, and you know, sometimes we are very susceptible to burnout, and you know, you just hope that you juggle your recovery periods well enough that you feel fully recovered, but you can still, you know, perform and not get smashed out, you know, in 8th place when you should be, you know, preferably coming top 2 every time. So yeah, definitely something to take to the drawing board each time.
Just too old school for Torsos and Express, who've been doing it for too long, maybe?
Oh, who knows? I mean, look, they're pretty good. I mean, I have to hand it, like Express and Torse, like they have that drive. Like something that I've always found impressive with Torse is, like, we're getting off the plane and he's like, oh, so we scrimming tomorrow? It's just like, you know what I mean? He's real hungry for that. Like, I just don't see him, you know, really burning out. Whereas, you know, some people, you know, like I know Amphis, like, because he throws the kitchen sink at it when he wants to. Sometimes he needs to, like, you know, rest up, and you know, it can be a bit of a balance, you know, finding that middle ground between players.
So what have you guys been doing in the last 2 weeks then?
Yeah, so for us, it's been a lot of damage control. So really identifying a lot of the gaps in our play, and you know, you just don't know what emergent issues are. So there's 2 forces that are working against us. So obviously we're a bit out of form. You know, coming from, you know, so basically what the team has described is when you leave, you know, the major regions, so leaving Europe, right? A lot of the players all kind of had this depression of they miss scrimming the top teams of EU, they miss the EU ranked scene, and so it can be kind of like an adjustment period at the start. And while they were doing that, like getting warmed up, I've also noticed that the region is also improving better than what I thought it would. I thought that since losing so much talent like Jules, Drippe, you know, Spidoge, Ladakh, all these players that are just effectively just, you know, leaving, and you obviously got Decker and Billy gone as well. I thought we'd have probably some weaker teams, but it looks like some of these teams that stuck together have actually really improved. So there's 2 forces really working against us. We have an evolving region, along with, you know, we've got our own things that we have to work on as well. So it's been damage control, really honing in on what do we need to fix, but also what's the direction forward that's actually going to take out some of these newer and better teams as well.
So I guess for you guys, with the major in such a difficult spot, you're obviously still going to be fighting as hard as you possibly can for it. But do you already have like some kind of plan in place for what you guys do, what your thoughts are around if you don't get to go to this major?
Haven't even entertained it yet. For me, it's just been like, hey, let's just do our best. All of our mental bandwidth is, let's just win as much as possible, and we'll just ride it out, because as it stands, you know, there's a chance. And I didn't want to put any mental effort into like, hey guys, if we, you know, lose, then what do we do? You know, it's more just, hey, look, you know, this is the time that we actually have to perform. And I think the whole region recognizes that, like, you know, our backs are really up against the wall. So we've really just gone, all right, let's work out how we can win. we've put together, our best strategy for it. So we're hoping for a much better result, obviously. And yeah, we'll see how this weekend goes, because I think this weekend really determines everything for us in a way.
Yeah.
Like this is really it. If we want to go overseas to the next major, it all comes down to this weekend.
Well, you guys used to be feared, obviously, by everybody. You were the most feared team. Even last split, everyone was fearing you, even with that rough start. Do you think some of that factor is gone, and do you think that affects maybe even some of the results?
Maybe. I mean, look, I would like to think that we're still respected in the region, and I think if teams don't, then that's just, I think, their detriment. I'd like to imagine that when we've had poor performances, we've always found a way to bounce back to some degree. So I would like to imagine that players like, what, GZ, yeah, they're not in their best shape. However, they're not just going to roll over after coming, in that poor place. Surely they're doing something. So I'd like to think that, most teams look at us like that. We're still a threat. Like, teams would rather play other teams than us.
Yeah.
As it stands, like, for example, right, like I still really hold Renegades to a real high esteem, even though they didn't win or even make it to the grand final. I still think that they're still, like a very top team that I'd probably still prefer to maybe take on a Fakidden or a Direwolves first. But, that can all change, right? I mean, like this weekend really determines, like, hey, was it a fluke? Was it the teams a bit out? Or is it really that Fakidden and Direwolves have really found something that works for them, and, and they're the up and comers? So, there's a lot of questions that will have, they'll be answered this weekend.
What about Wildcard? Are they the real deal?
Look, I've actually quite rated them pretty early on when they picked up Mock, because I thought Mock, he brings he's just a different kind of player, right? He's just got that kid energy about him that I think maybe that team needed. Not to say that the issue was with Decker at all, but I think they were quite a homogenous team. Like they're all very they play composed, they like to strike hard on target and stuff, and I think Mock just sort of throws a spanner in the works and they can make it work. So I definitely think they're a team that can continue to upset, because I've just seen them in scrims a few times and I'm like, oh, these guys actually aren't playing that bad. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're like the equivalent of like a Canberra Havoc from last season or something like that, where they, they might come like 6th place, but they, for all we know, they might make a grand final one time. Yeah. Like, anything can happen.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your responses. That's the end of the 10 minutes that we have, but it was definitely pleasurable hearing from you.
No worries. Cheers for having me on. I'll talk to you when I talk to you.
Yeah, good luck this weekend. As you said, it's going to be a good one.
All right. Cheers.
All right. God, that's easy interviewing Jimmah, because I just ask like half a question and he'll just run on, do a 20-minute interview and I could say 10 words. It'd be great. All right, let's move on to. So I wanted to get as many people that we didn't get to interview last time. As a note, we didn't get any APAC South interviews today, and that's because I put this on a bit earlier than normal, and there was not many people. Everybody I messaged was unavailable in APAC South, and I organised it a bit too late. So we got an extra OCE interview instead. But yeah, we wanted to talk to all the people who didn't get interviewed last time, especially ones like Direwolves who won, and they're scrimming right now. But Vive is taking a little bit of time off scrims. How's it going, buddy?
Good, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad. You guys have got the win. Hey, it finally paid off. All that work, all that putting up with those guys. How did that happen?
Yeah, I guess the guys actually decided to play the game when it mattered and got the job done. That was nice.
Yeah. Did you have much input on that, you feel?
On and off. I don't know. It's kind of one of those weird things where it felt like everyone just knew what they were doing and actually did it instead of trying to do little different tweaks to the play style.
Mm-hmm.
We just came out and focused on playing on our own game instead of trying to adjust to different teams or different players. It was just come out, do what we wanted to do, how we wanted to do it, and the guys got the job done. Well,
do you think there's been a big playstyle adjustment that you've seen from the boys between last split and this split?
Yeah, we came out of last split and had a good sit down after that 3rd regional at the team playstyle and made our notes, and everyone made their comments on what they thought they liked or didn't like about what we were doing. And so we talked about that. We got the notes down. We took a small break with the major going on, and then came into practice and just worked on implementing those changes. And it's working out so far.
What was like the biggest thing that you felt like you changed that made a difference?
Last split, a lot of our focus was on solo playing and then having someone else open up. It's like bumps, demos, things like that. Whereas now we're not so focused on those solo plays. It's just play what pops up and don't stress about doing this over that. Just play your game. And I think we are prioritizing the boost and demos last split and then integrating the normal play around that's kind of helped a lot. So last split obviously wasn't ideal, but I feel like it's helped in the long run for this split.
Yeah, well,
carrying it out.
I'll say that the thing that I personally noticed the most is that you guys weren't slowing the play out of defense all the time, like, because again, you were looking for those solo plays, and then you'd see, Firebear try and air dribble it end to end, but it didn't matter because that gave time for your opponents. It feels like there's a lot less time now for your opponents, right?
Yeah, well, that's part of the passing play. It's like if we're kind of working on just having people around the field playing for us. If someone's upfield, they're going to take that ball, so we can just pass it to them instead of trying to slow it down, let them do things off the ball. We're just playing for what comes up.
And that actually leads me a bit to a theory I had as well, is that, like, Misty has these pop-off series, and he had another one this weekend in the upper bracket final, especially against Renegades, where his performance has been very varied. And I actually thought maybe it's because of the change to the playstyle. Do you think that the playstyle itself has a lot more onus on Misty than on Fiber and Walcott?
I think the playstyle fits Misty a lot better instead of focusing on doing so much off the ball. Obviously, Danny's always been that pest to just get demos and boost and just be a pain. And I feel like last split, Misty took that up really well. And I feel like that's carried across onto into this split, where he's doing more off the ball and not just running back to net. So I feel like it's helped him a lot. He's definitely developed a lot this season already, so it's exciting.
Thank you, Danger Taco, for the raid. Thank you very much. And I guess for Firebar, is he just willing to take more of a back seat? Is that what's going on, or is it actually that the other two are taking more of a front seat away from him? Is there been a discussion around that?
It's not been a discussion on it. Fiber's always been one of those people that'll just do what he has to do. He won't be stressed if he's back a lot. He won't be stressed if he has to go a lot. He'll just play the role that comes up. You'll expect everyone to do their role. I mean, we've been working together for a long time now. And one thing is he's always done is he's happy to play a team role. He's happy to be that pop-off player. And obviously he can be that pop-off player as Fiber.
Yeah.
But he's just as happy to sit back and let Misty have an insane weekend, or Danny be an absolute menace on the pitch and just fill the gaps. Like, he's one of those kids that'll just he'll do what he has to do, and if it's more or less, he does not care.
Well, do you guys from here then go back to back? Do you think that you're going to be able to consistently perform against the top?
Yeah, I feel like we can. The major helped a lot. Watching GZ and Renegades play over there, I feel like it revealed a lot of flaws in their gameplay that the local teams weren't able to kind of work out of it. And I feel like that's helped a lot in terms of our confidence against them, particularly because we can see those mistakes and where they're coming from and how to capitalize on it. And then obviously integrating that into our gameplay and making sure we don't have those mistakes or those weaknesses. I feel like, the major definitely helped a lot in terms of just general ideologies towards the game.
Awesome. So then I guess who's your biggest rivals? Who's your toughest competition at the moment?
I feel like it's always GZ. I mean, obviously we've always struggled against Renegades, but I feel like that rivalry against Ground Zero has been there since day one. And I always enjoy playing against them because you never know what type of gameplay they're going to come out with, I guess. They can be extremely demo heavy, and then some games they don't, and then they're just that fun team that we enjoy playing against because I guess in a way our playstyle's somewhat similar.
Yeah.
Where what we do on and off the balls.
Do you feel different now as a coach? I remember you had a lot of frustration last split. is now the atmosphere in the team, especially on the coaching side, a lot better?
Yeah, I mean, we come out and everyone. I feel like after last split, a lot of the people, like obviously the guys know what I'm going to say most of the time. It's always been our same flaws. Everyone's been able to see them. So it's gotten to a point now. I don't even have to say what's going wrong half the time. I just get all three of them spit it out at me.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we know. We don't have to say it. It's like, no, well, I'm going to say it anyway because you're playing like idiots. So pull it in.
Yeah.
So it's better in that aspect, but also like they've had to kind of step up and do things on their own. My work's stepped up a lot. So I don't get home till like 6:30 most nights. So if they don't have scrims for anything after 7, they're by themselves for 2 hours. So they've kind of adjusted to not having me there, and I feel like that's helped a lot with their mental. They don't rely on me.
How's the gym going, by the way?
The gym?
Yeah.
Great.
Good.
I'm not in lockdown, so I'm chilling.
I mean, none of us are in lockdown. I've been a bit hesitant at the moment because of how crazy it is over here.
New South Wales is a bit buggered.
Yeah, but I think I'll be going back very, very soon. So we'll be
getting back into a swing of things. It's
Yeah.
always fun. After that first month, it's fun. The first month's always painful.
Oh yeah, it's hard, and then of course you get another lockdown, and it disrupts the flow, and it takes another few months to get back into it.
Yeah, that was my 2 years. It's been great.
Yeah. Not awesome. Oh, good night, Alice, and also good night, Vive. I guess you got to. Are you going to be joining them for the rest of the scrims?
I've been watching scrims the whole time.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for joining, and good luck this weekend. We'll see if you can go back to back.
Cheers. Hopefully, have a good one.
See ya. All right. Moving on to Baked Potato then from 1620 Kings. So a team here outside of the top 8. We're talking about that with Jimmah. Very, very strong top 8 right now. So we're looking at both Baked Potato and Ghost later on in teams that are trying to break into that top 8, just outside. So we'll see where they are lying right now. Baked Potato, how's it going?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Good, yeah, I'm doing well. I need a haircut, but that's...
Me too.
Yeah, it's just the times. Haircut once every 6 months is all you get.
Yeah, it's not good. I look like a homeless person, but it's okay.
I actually look like a homeless person. That's the worst part. How's 1620 Kings going?
Good. I honestly couldn't be happier. Well, I could be happier if we beat
if you got one more game win.
Yeah, look, we were like two goals off having the best day of our lives.
2 goals.
Well, maybe like 3. I don't know. It was pretty close, but you know.
I have to look that up now. Oh wait, I've got
one of them.
Number.
2 of them were overtimes. 2 of them were game 5 overtimes, and one of them was it was like 3-1 or something in game 5. GZ was 3-1, I think.
How long have you guys been? How long has it been since you guys actually formed as a trio? Like when in the off season did you join?
Probably only a couple or a few weeks before the first regional.
Okay.
Because we were all sort of just floating around a bit willy-nilly.
Do you think that's why you didn't quite get across the line? That you just had a little bit less time together than you would have liked?
I think, yeah. Honestly, I believe in the lads so much. They're both really good. They're way better than I thought. Like, when they asked me to trial, I was like, oh, yeah, all right. We'll see how we go. But, like, they're honestly surprised me a lot. They're both really talented, I think.
Is that a bit of ego coming through from you?
No. I just didn't, like, I just thought they were sort of idiots. But, yes, you do. But, nah. Well, because my last team was really, like, sort of rivalry almost against them. So obviously I didn't like them very much, but like when I actually played with them, I was like, "Holy shit, I'm getting carried."
Yeah, well, I've been rating Ames especially, but also a little bit Jaffa since he's been having a surge this season. So I wasn't surprised to see you join.
Yeah, they're both super mega ranked grinders. So that's good.
Wait, when are you grinding ranked?
Well, I play a bit.
How are you going to break into the top? Okay, actual question. How are you going to break into the top 8? I was going to say how are you going to break into it if you don't play ranked, but...
Yeah, right. Yeah, look, we're just going to do it, alright? I believe. No, I don't know. Like, we're working like pretty hard. I think like we're really trying to get like fix what needs to be fixed to get over that edge. I think, and I honestly like I believe in it. Like this is the most confident I've been in a team in a fair while.
Since like team process.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well, I guess if you were to beat someone in the top 8 to get there, like obviously you have to beat one of those top 8 teams, who is it most likely to be?
Probably wildcard.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. They're either really good or not that scary, depending on the day.
Wait, if you had beaten wildcard last weekend...
Yeah, it would have been a 3-way tie.
It would have been...
We would have not...
No, it would have been a
top 2.
2-way tie. It would have been you and Collateral tied, and Ground Zero... You would have saved Ground Zero, potentially.
Oh. Well, sorry, Ground Zero.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy to think about. Do you, So you guys, when you scrim, who do you get, like, are you excluded from essentially, like, top 8 scrims, that kind of thing these days?
Oh, yeah, we're having a really hard time finding, like, really high-quality scrims.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes we scrim Cobo, but he's got too much of an ego now after he made top 4, so he doesn't talk to me.
Yeah, that's typical Cobo.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, we're working with what we got. We're not, like, trying not to think about who we're playing against. It's just, like, just ignore them, just focus on ourselves. Because, I don't know, even, like a top 24 team, they'll still force you to make mistakes and do silly stuff, and that stuff you can fix. So.
But do you feel like now kind of like the bubble scene is a lot stronger than it used to be, so you can still get some pretty valuable scrims there?
Well, you think so, but like bubble's pretty good at the moment. But I don't know, no one's scrimming. Everyone's having like, I think the physicist team's having this whole week off, and Delusion's cancelled like 4 times this week or something. You'd think it's like really easy to get scrims every day, but I don't know. People are annoying.
Yeah, there is a bunch of teams there that are like a bit more casual, like Antic.
Yeah, that's
like
the annoying
Clarity,
part.
who don't ever scrim.
Yeah.
I guess realistically, you guys need to band together, start scrimming hard, like agree to all scrim, and
we're trying.
and well, like I don't know, like there has to be like some kind of almost bubble union, and the teams that don't scrim, like Clarity, they shouldn't be there. They should be getting kicked out by you guys who are putting in the work, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like we're managing, but it's like frustrating sometimes.
So that is what you feel is the biggest hurdle right now, just lack of scrims.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess for us, like the more we play, the better we're gonna get. I think because we've all got such good mentals, and we're just like chilling, trying to get better every time. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to scrim more, but I think we're still getting there.
Man, if you just gotten a win as well, you would have gotten a lot more scrims.
Oh,
too.
I know. It's so annoying, man.
Wow, that's actually.
It was my fault too. I beamed it in both the 2 of the overtimes, so I'm kind of mad about that.
Oh, well, we need to interview Jaffa or Ames to see how likely they are to kick you.
No, we're pretty good. They probably all think they messed up or something. Like we're all chilling.
You're just like you like to take on the blame yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm the worst, so it's just gonna happen.
I
don't mind getting carried at the moment.
Has there ever been a team that you've felt like you're the best on?
Not for a long time. Probably not. No, I always really respect my teammates.
When are you going to get on that grind then? Come on, man.
I'm on the grind. I mean, I've got like 100 hours. Like
only 100? Come on.
No, the last like.
I know players who have 120. Yeah.
Yeah. It's ranked just isn't that fun.
Yeah, of course. Why don't you just move to NA for a hyper boot camp?
That'd be nice.
For 2 weeks, every 2 weeks.
1620 Kings are watching. Please make that happen. That'd be nice.
We'll see if it does.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that this is always an interesting question for a lot of people? Do you think that you'd ever be as good mechanically as your Fever, Fiber, Amphis, those kind of players?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I'm optimistic. I feel like it's like I'm slowly getting better, but it's a long process. I've sort of got a bit of a idea of what works and what doesn't for mechanics at the moment.
Yeah.
So maybe one day, but not this weekend. I'll tell you that.
Well, good luck this weekend. I have one little bit of good news for you as well. Hawk, because he's going to be joining the bubble pretty soon as well, he's actually agreed to join the union and to start scrimming you.
Oh, let's go.
So
That's so exciting.
You got some Juice Bandit scrims lined
Oh,
up.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the quick chatting. Oh, man.
Listen, good luck this weekend. I want to see
Thank you.
someone break into that top 8. It's looking like a tough top 8, so
We'll get there.
you were the ones who got the closest last time, so surely this time.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Easy. All right, well, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks, Yummy. Catch you.
All right, beautiful. Hawk has no mech. True. Hey, you're not allowed to say the F word anymore, Hawk, because you said it at the wrong time and now you've been banned from it. Good times. All right, let's bring our final interview on for the night. It's going to be Ghost. Ghost, how's it going, mate?
Hey, how are
Yeah, doing well. Hey, didn't you like retire at some point and then like unretire and then retire? What's going on? What?
No, let's just I like took like a break. There was no like official like tweet saying like I'm going for good and stuff, but I just didn't want to play the game for like a bit, and then yeah, so but now I'm back.
Back for good. Never retiring again.
Never ever. We still have the team, man. You, me, and Scarf, man. Remember?
Yeah, well, I think there's a bit of time for that. I think Scarf's ready, but maybe you got a couple more goes in you now.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. I'm definitely back. So yeah.
And why did you kick Sour out of his spot? You just yoinked it straight out of him, right?
Okay. I had no. I didn't like persuade them to kick him or nothing. I just had a Remick and I played ranked once, and then yeah, just the offer was there, and then scrimmed it like a couple times, and then yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, wasn't my fault.
Yeah, I know.
It was not my fault.
Wait, what happened in the first event? What happened? Why didn't you make top 16?
Okay, so for a couple games, Gus's net was like really bad. Like it was just like peaking at like 999. So we dropped like a bunch of games just from that, and then I think just the playstyle that we were playing in scrims just doesn't work on game day. Just because there's a bit more nerves on game day and stuff, and it just didn't work with the boys and stuff. So we've completely like switched it around and playing a lot more comfortable now, and yeah, so that's kind of what we did and stuff. So we kind of knew that we had to like make a change, and that's kind of what we did within like a week. So but yeah,
I thought that's not much time to make the change. Do you feel comfortable with the style, or is it just like, let's see how we go in this first event?
I mean, personally, if anything, I feel better, and I think Remick and Gus were just trying to play a bit quicker, and trying to like maintain like a bunch of pressure and stuff, but like with a bit of nerves, like a lot of diving can happen, and now it's a lot more like calm and like relaxed. Like we're not really just holding boost like all the time and stuff. So yeah, I think with these, with us three, it's a lot more chill, like the way we're playing, like at the moment, which is it's more better with nerves and stuff. You don't have to like freak out and just hold boost. So yeah.
How would you describe your team's play style?
You trying to get tactics going, huh? No,
yeah. People are gonna be sitting here looking at the streams, and he says, "Oh yeah, I like pressure," and then all of a sudden, they go, we know how to beat it.
yeah. No, I think the main difference between how we used to play and now is just we switched up a lot of our like challenge game a lot, and definitely the speed of play that we like do now. Like that's a lot different now. Those like the main two.
Wait, faster or slower?
No, like slower. Like
Yeah.
the old boost was just like, sorry, like the old playstyle was just like holding boost. So now it's a lot more like controlled and stuff, just using less boost and more like trying to just stay calm and just like controlling the play when we have the ball and stuff, and yeah.
Sounds promising. Is it promising enough to get you into the top 8? Do you guys get a top 8? Maybe, you know, within the next 2 events.
I'd say yeah. Yeah, like Ramek and Gus did it with Sour, so I'm pretty sure. You know.
Is what?
This is making me sound like I've got the biggest like ego. It's so bad, but like the boys have done it in the past and stuff. You know, I've been there, so I think it's just yeah, just slowly getting back into it and stuff. Like there's no rush and stuff, so but yeah, I'm pretty confident that we can do it.
Hawk says you're not better than Sour. Is that true?
Just there's a lot of things that I can say about Hawk, so there's a lot of things.
Okay,
but
if you're to beat someone in the top 8 to get that top 8, I asked this earlier. What's the team that you most likely take down?
Wildcard, because I hate Mock.
I feel like so many people will say that amongst his friend group. So.
Yeah, nah. Like to be honest, either Juice Bandits or Wildcard. I think if Juice Bandits don't make top 8, they're just like, you know, instant rage and it'll be kind of funny. But I don't really care. Like who is just, it's all a bit of fun, you know.
So you're really rating Bliss right now as a really strong team above those guys?
No, not really. I honestly think Juice and Wildcard are... I don't even know. That's a hard question. Like, I don't know if they had, like, just a really good, like, first event or they're, like, going to be, like, consistent like that. So it's kind of hard to tell just from, like, one event. But we don't really... Like, scrim-wise, yeah, probably. I'd probably go Bliss, but like over Wildcard maybe. But I mean, we don't scream bandits now, so they are.
Why is that?
They blacklisted us, man. They blacklisted us.
Why did they blacklist you?
Because Hawk's ego is so big, man.
Oh, why do you blacklist I swear they don't scrim anyone because of they only scrim the top 3 teams.
Yeah, that's why they don't scrim at all, though. So yeah, but it is what it is, I guess.
Well, I guess like realistically, the team in the top 8 that you're most likely to take down is Wildcard because they're in your group.
Yeah.
How do you think you'll end up placing this weekend in that group?
So I'm expecting top 3. Like I'm expecting us to get out of groups, but I don't really know, to be honest. I think GZ are obviously gonna beat us. I think to be honest, like with Wildcard, like I'm confident against them, but when it comes to like experience and stuff, like their team's a lot more experienced than ours. So who knows?
Yeah, and you didn't verse Clarity in the closed qualifiers, so
yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Nah.
Maybe in the first one, I don't know.
Yeah.
In the first one, they didn't have a great run, so
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how that group goes. Who comes out third? Maybe it's probably likely then that if you did come second, you'd be third. You'd go up against Team Bliss there. So
yeah, of course, yeah.
I think though, like those are 2 teams that you have somewhat confidence in. So
yeah,
decent chance.
Yeah, not for sure. Yeah, for sure.
And if you come second in your group, then I don't know who you'd necessarily verse, but I feel like you'd be confident against anybody else outside of the top 8, right? That you'd say that you're the best team outside of the top 8.
I mean, I wouldn't put like a stamp on it, but let's say like I'm like confident that we can beat them. I'm confident, so I'm not saying that that we will, because who knows what can happen on the day. But as long as we're all calm and stuff, then yeah, we should be good.
I recall in the past you having some nerves as well. Do you feel like now that you're almost as old as I am, that kind of has dissipated a little bit?
I feel like now I've got like I don't really care as much, so like it doesn't really like affect me in a way where I'm just like freaking out. I'm just like, oh, I have to win. I think for me, it's just like in the back of my head, it's just like I want to win, but like if you don't, you just gotta go and see what we did wrong and stuff. Like it's not the end of the world. But
Awesome.
yeah, it's not like old late play days where if you do bad, you gotta wait another like 6 months. So
Yeah.
at least
Wait 2 more
you're
weeks.
back at it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I think that's a good thing about it. But yeah.
Are Gus and Remick pretty good with the nerves?
I think now, yeah, because I reckon. So when we try to play like a lot faster, the nerves just got like I think it just affected it like a little bit, and then as I said before, there would just be times where like there was a challenge that was like pretty dumb, and then like someone was left in like a 1v3. So I think now things are like have changed like a lot, especially from like Remick and Gus, like those two have improved like heaps now. So.
Yeah. And they've been on stream. They've been in the top 8. So.
Yeah. Like eventually, like they'll get used to being on stream and stuff, and then like nerves will drop more and more and more. It's just a time thing, like at the moment, and obviously trying to improve, etc.
Well, there's some good news. I don't know if I should leak this, but I will. We'll also have to make sure that Wildcard know that you should be the first matchup on stream this weekend on Friday.
Okay, cool. All right.
So
that sounds good.
That'll be fun. And that'll be your chance to prove prove to the world that you're back. What I want to not see is the old ghost who tried to play too fast for his own good and would completely miss the ball trying to go for something he never possibly could hit.
Yeah, I mean, times have changed, man. I'm a bit older now, so I my brain's a bit slower.
Fingers are slower. You're only 23. You're meant to like hit your peak about now. So. Yeah. Actually, right, but who cares? There's a bunch of like 16-year-olds like Hawk. That's Mechias. Well, I think the peakness isn't like peak physical like anything. I think it's just in Rocket League when you get 23, it's just like real life starts taking over more than anything else.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I definitely agree. When you get to that age, things just going downhill.
Wait, what are you doing in real life at the moment?
So I'm an electrician.
Okay.
Yeah, so
one day you're gonna be like screwing in something and then shock your hand and you won't be able to play on the weekend.
Well, that happened today, so twice. But I should be good though.
Yeah. Or maybe you should be hooking up your hands with electricity so they're extra fast on the weekend.
Yeah. So I'm all buzzed up, ready for the games. But yeah. So I'm chilling right now. I just stopped work and stuff. So. But
awesome. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on. I wish you the best of luck. It should be an exciting series on stream. Hopefully you guys don't cake it, Hopefully it's not another game 5 loss. Yeah, of course, yeah. Not yeah. At least we made top 16 now, so oh god. That's bad. That sounds so bad. Yeah, that was a big surprise when you guys didn't. Coming off top 8 for those two, it was clear who was the problem when you didn't come top 16 afterwards. So good thing that you managed to do it after that, and you can just use the excuse of, who was it, Gus's internet? Yeah, Gus's internet. Just blame that and just say, we would have come top. You would have beaten Renegades at least and come third. Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Good luck this weekend. It's going to be fun. All right. I appreciate it, man. Have a good one, yeah? Yeah, you too. All right. See ya.